Hey beautiful women, how are you? So excited to come in here and talk about this today. I was actually going to do it in my private group and I went, no, I'm going to do it and tell everyone about it. Because I talk a lot about energy, I talk a lot about vibration, but I just want to explain it in a more logical way because I'm logical and I like logic, right? I like simple things. I like things to be easily understood. So say hi as you jump on. Let me know where you're coming in from today. And if you're watching the replay, let me know where you're tuning in from as well. I love to see where everyone is. I love that this is a beautiful global community. And I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day if you're on my side of the world, and a wonderful evening if you're on the other side of the world. Say hi. Hello, I can see some people jumping on. How exciting. So I'm going to be talking about the law of vibration today and the law of attraction. I mean, I know I talk about the law of attraction a lot, but I want to explain it in a different way, right? So yeah, say hi to jump on, and hello, Carolyn, how are you? Now, Carolyn, stop posting pictures of spiders. They freak me out every time I see them. They are awful. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Okay, cool. There's a couple of women on here. So I want to explain it in a different way. I just kind of was listening to something today and I'm like, that's like, I just kind of had these downloads. I'm like, I want to just explain this in a different way, right? So the law of attraction, which is, you know, everything I teach, everything I talk about, really, it's all about the law of attraction, right? We are receiving, we are attracting to us whatever we're a match to. But to be able to kind of get that, you need to understand the law of vibration. And here's the thing, the law of attraction is like, it's a secondary law. The law of vibration comes first, right? So I talk about everything as energy, but I kind of want to just explain it in a different way today, right? So everything is energy. In this world, everything is energy. God, it's muggy today. Everything is energy. And what I mean by that, everything is always in motion, right? Everything is moving, everything is vibrating, everything, right? Even the walls, if you look at them under a microscope, they are all made up of atoms, and they are all, everything is moving. Even a dead body moves, right? You might be like, you are crazy, but a dead body moves. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to turn into dust. So here's the thing with energy, it can't be created. It's always just transforming, right? It's always transforming. So if you look at your hand under a microscope, it's vibrating, we're losing cells, we're rebuilding every day. Everything's in motion and everything is vibrating, right? So, and if you understand frequency obviously isn't something you can see. If you understand, we're all vibrating and we're all vibrating on a certain frequency, right? And so if you understand, for example, something simple like a phone, you know, my phone number is on a certain frequency, right? And so to connect to me, you need to know what my frequency is, right? You need to know what my frequency is. So here's the thing. The frequency that we're emitting, right, which is our vibration, the frequency we're emitting needs to be on the same level as what we want to attract, right? So you need to understand that law of vibration first, how you're actually creating that frequency, right? What it actually takes to create that frequency. And really where it comes from is the subconscious mind, right? So the way our minds work is we have this conscious part where we think some thoughts, right? And this is the thing, you can logically think how you can do something, right? You can logically think how you can do something. But what's happening is your subconscious mind is where the paradigms lie. It's where your belief systems or your programming is, right? So it doesn't matter what you logically think, your subconscious mind, those programs are actually what's running the show and what you're emitting as your frequency, right? And really that's, hey Lynn, really that's your beliefs, right? Your beliefs, your paradigms, your programs, really they're all connected, right? So what I want you to get is that if you want to earn more money, right, you can think, oh, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna get a promotion, or I'm gonna start a business and that's gonna help earn me money and it's gonna be great and I'll take the steps and I'll do this marketing and I'll earn more money. But if your deep programming is, it is hard to make money, and money doesn't come easily, and I'm never gonna have that much, it doesn't matter what actions you take, it doesn't matter what those thoughts are, because it's your frequency, your vibration is coming from the subconscious. It's coming from those beliefs. Does that make sense? And how we get those beliefs is when we are all, or how we get those programs is when we're born, we come in with a genetic code from our parents and from generations before, right? It's genetics. Then between the ages of 0 and 7, we live like our conscious mind hasn't developed at all. We don't have the power, the ability to make conscious analytical thoughts and decisions. So we're just like this little open sponge, right? This little unconscious mind, and everything's coming in, right? So your thoughts, your beliefs, your experiences are all coming in, and you're creating meanings and creating beliefs which are setting your programs, right? So a lot of your programs happened when you were a child. You didn't choose them. It's the environment you're exposed to. So I always say this, if you have young children, brainwash them now, right? And what I mean by that, tell them they can do anything they want, tell them how amazing they are. You are literally programming them, right? So teach them abundance, teach them gratitude, don't talk about money being hard. Like, you're literally shaping their programming, right? So give them the best start. So that's where your programs come from. Now, how they kind of form and so we have these set of programs, and that's the frequency that we're emitting, right? Which is why people just stay in the same place. They stay in the same place because they're emitting a frequency from their beliefs, from their paradigms, and they actually don't believe that they can shift out of it, right? They believe that this is their lot in life, right? This is how it's going to be. That's why people keep creating the same thing. But you can change it, right? So the way those beliefs or those paradigms, those programs shift, the way that frequency shifts is not just by thoughts, but by thoughts and emotions, right? Thoughts and emotions that become beliefs, right? Your beliefs become your new programming. You're either operating from a place of course, I'm going to fucking do this, or you're operating from a place of, I'm not sure I'm going to give it a try, right? And they are different frequencies, right? So I just want you to get the different frequencies. If you want to have a 20K month, your beliefs need to match that, right? Then you become, you're then emitting an energy or vibration on this frequency. Does that make sense? So imagine it like all these different layers, right? All these different layers. So there's all these different frequencies, right? There's all these different frequencies. Just like we all have mobile phones and there's a different frequency for every number, right? There's a different frequency and things move like that. Energy and frequency is moving like that, right? So whatever you're a match to is what you'll receive. And so if you want a 20K month, you need to embody that. And by embody it, I mean you need to believe it and feel it and see it as done. It has to be a belief, right? You need to know that that is your reality. That is going to be your reality. And there's not a single thing that's going to get in your way. That is the frequency that is a match to it, right? So if you want to change the frequency, so it's not just having a goal, having something that you aspire to or are working towards, right? That's not the frequency that creates. The frequency that creates is that deep knowing, right? It's that deep knowing. So it's when your beliefs or your paradigms, your programs are matching what you want to create. Then you are vibrating on that same frequency. Does that make sense, right? So if you keep getting the same thing, if you're not loving your life, if you're not loving your results, then it's your beliefs, your core programming that has to shift to match it, right? So, and the way you do that, I mean, certainly with repetition, emotion is the thing that helps thoughts become beliefs, right? And we can always change our beliefs. As you learn new things and as you see things from a different perspective, you start to form new beliefs, right? But I just want you to get that it's that frequency that attracts. And so how that works is when you're programming, when your beliefs, right, are a match to what you want, you are attracting ideas, inspiration, circumstances that assist that to happen, right? That assist that to happen. And here's the thing, this is where most people get tripped up. You know where you are right now, and if you look back, you can tell the steps that you took to get there, right? So you can look back and you can go, okay, from point A went to B to C to D to E. Now, where most people operate from is, this is where I am right now. This is where I've been. Okay, this is where I've been. And they set their goals around what they know they can achieve. So for example, if you've just had a 2K month in your business, then you might think that you can get to 2.5, right? Because you can see how you got to 2 and you're like, logically, the next step is here. Logically, I can get to 2.5, right? And so what we're doing is we're looking to the future based on what we know from the past, right? What we know from the past. So to create something, to be able to create a big goal, to be able to take one of those quantum leaps, to be able to expand quickly, you need to dream big, right? You need to dream big. You need to go, okay, I've only ever done a 2K month. This is where I am, but I want to get to 10K. I want to get to 10K. Now, how you get there is not by logically figuring out the steps, right? Because you've never done that before. You don't know how to get there. Otherwise, you would be there, right? You don't know how to get there. That's not your work. Your work is not logically figuring out how to get there. It's aligning your beliefs and then your vibration with, yes, I am the woman who is doing 10K. Of course, I believe it. And you will receive the intuition that will guide you, right? Like I said, the intuition, the ideas. When you believe that you're creating a 10K month, you show up differently, right? You are showing up differently. So what I mean by that is you are being inspired to take different actions, and from those different actions, you're getting different results. And it can just be the certainty that you show up with, right? But it might be other opportunity. That's where the law of attraction comes into it. So it's like when you've shifted your beliefs and your paradigms to line up with what you want, you're emitting a frequency that is bringing things to you that are a match, right? That are a match to that. And this is where faith comes in, right? The only way to get there is to trust that when you are a match to it and when you are vibrating at that level, it will be attracted to you, right? Through, like I said, ideas, inspiration, circumstances that help you line up with that. But it's your frequency that has to get there first. It's your vibration that has to get there first. When you are a vibration to, I am doing a 10K month, right? That is when you start to attract things. And like I said, how you get to that vibration is by shifting your beliefs, changing those programs. It's not by taking different actions. It's not by, I implemented this strategy and therefore I'm going to get there. Because if you're still vibrating at a level of, I'm a 2,000 a month 2K earner, if that's how you're showing up, if that's what you're vibrating at, that's all you're a match to, right? That's all you're a match to. So to take that shift, like I said, it's shifting the beliefs, shifting the paradigms. Now I had some notes and I'm just going all over the place. So it's not the rational mind that is going to get you there. It's your intuitive mind, right? It's your intuitive mind. That is what's going to get there. And it's doing the inner work. It is doing that inner work to clean up, to remove the old beliefs, shift those old beliefs so that you can be a frequency to what you want. Now, what this requires is to ignore your current reality, ignore your past results. Most people are trapped in, well, in the past this happened, right? And the constant looking at that means that you are a match to that, right? Whatever you're focusing on, you're creating. If you're turning up every day and if you are able to see the goal, see it, feel it, right? See it, feel it, experience it in your mind. If you can see it as done and feel it as done, it is coming, right? It is coming. When you hold that energy of it being done, right? When you hold that energy of it being done. Because when you're holding that energy of it being done, you are vibrating at that level. You are emitting that frequency, right? And then when you're on that frequency, you are just attracting things to you that match that, right? So I just wanted to explain it in a different way because I talk a lot about energy, but it's the vibration that you need to understand first. We are all energetic beings. We are all vibrating. Energy can't be destroyed or created. It just transforms, right? So everything is already here. It's just transforming. So, you boil a kettle and water can turn to steam. Like it's just changing form. Like I said, our bodies even after we're dead, are still moving. They decay, they turn into dust. You know, everything's always transforming. So it's just that it's always moving, right? The frequencies are always moving, the energy is always moving, and you want to emit that energy, that frequency, that vibration that matches with what you want. But it's your, like I said, the place to look is those beliefs and those programs, because that is what's actually emitting the frequency, right? The beliefs and the programs are what's emitting the frequency. Because if you believe that it's going to be hard and that you can't do it, then the actions you take, right? The actions you take, the things you attract to, you match that. They're a match to it, right? So that's how the energy works. That's how the vibration works, right? So I hope I'm explaining this in a clearer way. Because the subconscious mind is dictating not only how you act, but what you attract, right? So it's those deep programs. And here's the thing, here's the way to tell what you're attracting, right? We have these things called emotions, and emotions are simply an indication of our vibration, right? That's all they are. So when you are feeling bad, you're emitting a negative frequency, right? Our emotions are just a reflection of the thoughts and the beliefs that we have active, and that's why we're feeling the emotion, right? And you have the power to change that. You have the power to choose what you focus on and the meanings you give to things, right? So your emotions are just the easy way you can tell if you're attracting what you want or not. When you think about your goal, are you like buzzing with excitement that it's done, or are you worried, frustrated, not knowing how it's going to happen, right? Because the energy, the emotion is letting you know what you're actually vibrating, what frequency you're on, right? So when you think about that goal, if you're feeling amazing about it, it is coming. If you think about that goal and it's all like negative and heavy and constricted, it is not coming, right? So you have the power always to shift your emotions, right? And like I said, the emotions are the indication of the thoughts and the beliefs that you have active. Because when you're thinking about your goal, like I said, let's just use 10K as an example, 10K month. When you think about that goal, if you are absolutely certain it is done and excited for it, you are feeling super positive. You're like, oh my God, it is done. It is mine. I believe it is happening. And you're emitting the frequency that matches that, and you're sending out a positive vibration, right? But if when you think about that, you're like, oh, hasn't happened yet, and I don't know where it's going to come from, and I just don't know how it's going to happen, and then the way you're feeling, like I said, it's a reflection of those thoughts and those beliefs that you have active. And that's the work, right? That is always the work. And that's why I say it's not your strategy, right? It's not your strategy, it's your action. It's the beliefs, the energy, the emotion, right? That is what attracts. Now, yes, there is action to take. Like, let me be clear, like whatever you want to create in your business or in your life, if you just watch Netflix all day, every day, and never did a single other thing, the how is not your work. No. If you never did a single thing, then you're still not attracting what you want, right? So by believing that it's going to happen, like I said, you'll be inspired to take action. So your work is Sherry, your work is not the how to figure out those logical steps. Your work is to listen to the intuitive ideas and inspiration you get and act on them, right? Act on them. And like I said, most people are operating from two states, one state, which is that rational mind. So we have two ways we can operate, right? Like I said, the conscious mind is the rational mind. So you can sit down and say, okay, to get to a 10K month, I have to do A, B, C, D, E, right? And then I'll get there. And that is the way most people operate. But like I said, your frequency and your vibration comes from your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is the universal mind. It's what's connected. That's the one that's connected to the energy, to the frequency, to the vibration. So that mind, the subconscious mind, is where you get your inspiration from, is where you get your intuitive hits from, right? So when you listen to that and you let that lead you, that is taking you to your goal. Does that make sense? That is taking you to your goal. It's not the rational, logical part of you that's figuring out the how. And I always say this, the how is not up to you. It's getting the downloads. It's your work is doing the internal shifts, getting your beliefs in alignment with what you want, and listening to those intuitive hits, because they are coming from the energy field to guide you there. And actually, I saw Carolyn was on here, and I've shared this story before, but I love it. And actually, if you haven't seen it, in this group, I posted a live interview I did with Carolyn. She's one of my clients who will be on the podcast next week, actually. The way we connected, I love this story because it shows how we're attracted when we're on the same frequency, right? So Carolyn was wanting to explode her business. She was doing like 10 to 15K months, and she wanted to get to 35K months. And there was a part of her that was like, I think it could be my mindset. I might need to work on my mindset. And she did a little bit of searching and was like, how do I shift my mindset? Then she was, no, it's got to be the strategy, right? It's got to be the strategy, which is where most people come from. It's got to be the strategy. And so she posted in a group on Facebook about, that was all about funnels and Facebook ads. And she was like, I've got a funnel, I've got Facebook ads, and I can't work out how to get to the next level. What am I missing? Now, I saw that post, which I normally never go into this Facebook group, but I just accidentally clicked on something that took me to that group, and I read her thing, and I immediately got a thought, right? This is intuition. I immediately got a thought, write a comment about it all being vibration, your vibrational alignment and energy. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. All being vibrational alignment and energy. And of course, I second guessed that. I went, oh my God, that's not what she's asking. People will think I'm crazy. But I wrote the comment anyway, and it totally resonated with her. She's like, damn, like I was wanting to find out the strategy, but I came in going, no, it's all vibrational alignment and energy. And she was just like, it makes sense. It connected to her. We connected, and she became a client. And so what I just want you to get is that I was on the frequency of, I'm signing clients, right? I'm signing clients. This is what I'm doing. I'm bringing in clients. I'm going to help more women. I'm going to help more women expand. And she's like, I want to expand my business. And like I said, she had a part of her energy was activated. Part of her belief was that it was the mindset. And so we were attracted. We were pulled together, right? We were pulled together. And because I followed my intuition, it didn't make sense, right? It didn't make sense in a Facebook group that's all about a website platform, about ads, about funnels. It didn't make sense to write a comment about vibrational alignment and energy, right? That seemed like a crazy, crazy idea. But it's your intuition that is guiding you. When you trust it, when you align your beliefs, then your intuition is guiding you, right? Your intuition is guiding you. So I hope that's making sense. I feel like I'm going all over the place. I did have notes, but I feel like I've just waffled all over the place, right? So your state of conscious awareness, like where you shift your beliefs and your programs, when that becomes, like I said, when that becomes your home, when that becomes how you're operating and showing up, you're ignoring the results that you've gotten in the past, you're ignoring your current reality, and you are operating from believing something different is absolutely coming. There is no way it's not. Like I said, then the inspiration comes, you end up taking different action, you're a match to different opportunities, other people come to you, and that is when things move, right? That is when things move. But you cannot logically figure it out. To take a quantum leap, there is no way, or even just to keep expanding, right? To keep expanding, there is no way you can logically figure it all out, right? The only way to continue to expand in a logical way is to do it really super small incrementally, right? Because it's like, if I've done 2,000 this month, I can get my beliefs totally behind. I can get to 2,500 next month, right? And then do that for a couple of months, then I can get to 3. And your beliefs shift slowly, and you can move slowly. If you want to change your reality quickly, it's the inner work to change your beliefs and change your frequency. Change your frequency. When you're vibrating a different energy, you are attracting something new to you, right? And it's not you're not going to logically figure it out. It's going to be the ideas that come that change the game. So, and like I said, so here's the thing about how to shift those programs and beliefs, right? Like I said, the way you shift the programs and beliefs is by is by, well, there's a few ways you can do it, right? Repetition is a way that changes the subconscious mind. How you learnt your beliefs in the first place was through repetition. You kept seeing things and you created a meaning around it. So that's one way, repetition. Lots of people use affirmations, but that can take a very long time too, right? But it's how you shift your beliefs is by being able to shift your perspective, right? Shift your perspective. So what the work I do with clients is to really rapidly help them be able to uncover, first of all, what their beliefs are, because your beliefs are keeping you stuck, right? If you're not taking those leaps you want to take, then your beliefs, your programs are keeping you stuck. So the work I teach is to help people identify those and then be able to disprove and reprogram them. So you can reprogram them in a few ways, right? When I work with one-on-one clients, we do it at a subconscious level. You can also do it yourself just by activating the energy of the new beliefs every day, which is like the repetition. You can use EFT, you can certainly use visualizations. It's activating a new energy, right? But you have to shift those beliefs and programs. You have to shift those. That is the work. That is all the work, right? When you shift that and you follow the intuition, that is everything. That is everything. So I hope that's making sense. I feel like I went a bit all over the place. I wasn't really that prepared. I had a few notes, but I just wanted to really talk about that vibration piece, because I think people sort of think about the law of attraction, but they don't quite get how it's working. It's working because you're emitting a frequency, right? You're emitting a frequency that's coming from your subconscious. It's coming from those beliefs and those programs. And like I said, your emotions are your guidance as to how on track you are with those desires, right? When you're feeling like the buzzing excitement around them, then you are activating the right energy. You are on the right frequency. So I hope that has been helpful. And I just want to mention, if you want to go deeper into this, I'm really excited. I've got a couple of programs launching next year. So Aligned Abundance, you probably heard me talk about before. It's a little 4-week intensive, which I've just about to finish up with the first round. It's been amazing, the growth, the insights people have had. Yeah, cool. Okay, glad it's making sense, Carolyn. So yeah, Aligned Abundance is a 4-week intensive. However, for this first round, we've actually just extended it by 2 weeks because the women have been loving it. I've been loving delivering it, so it's extended by a couple of weeks. But Aligned Abundance is starting on the 12th of January, and what that does is it teaches the process that I use to really help you uncover your limiting beliefs, that resistance that you have that's allowing you to shift your programs and your beliefs to rapidly move, right? So teaching you how to identify them and how to shift them to activate that new energy to raise your frequency to where it needs to be, right? So that it matches your desires. It's live trainings. So it's 2 live trainings a week. And at the end of the trainings, there's like a Q&A hot seat coaching. So everyone's getting some one-on-one time. So it's really powerful. So that's 4-week intensive to really help you manifest that next level, right? That's starting on the 12th of Jan. I'll pop some links into the comments actually. Something new that I'm just launching, which I'm really excited about. And this is for the women that really want to take it the next level, but really have that help and support to keep expanding. So it's the Soul Aligned Business Babe Academy, which is a 6-month sort of high touch container. So it's going to be, so what it's going to be, there's an in-depth training platform that's got, at the moment there's 16 trainings in there, but that's going to be added to, which take you through all of my processes, all of the deep understanding you need to have to be able to shift these limitations, change your beliefs, raise your frequency, create what you want, right? All the trainings, all the processes, worksheets, there's meditations. But on top of that, it's live group coaching calls, right? So there's 3 group coaching calls a month. There's also one-on-one with me a month. So it's a high touch, right? It's really to give those women who want the support to go further faster. It's to give them the support, right? So group coaching calls and a one-on-one with me every month. And then there's also a brand new live training in the group every month. So you've got the training platform, you've got lifetime access, so you can keep going through that, but there's going to be a new fresh training to take your understanding deeper every month. There's some recorded timeline therapy processes. Now these are like so powerful. This is working with your subconscious mind to rewire and reprogram, right? To let go of negative emotions that have kept you trapped and release them. So we're changing that subconscious really rapidly, right? So you've got those as well. I can't think what else there is. And that's starting at the end of Jan as well. So like I said, that is for the women that want that support to keep shifting. Because here's what happens. Here's what's happened for me, and here's what's happened for some of my clients too. You can make some shifts, and then you come up against some new blocks, right? So for me, you know, when I first really started doing this at a deep level, I jumped to 5K from 0, then I jumped to 15K. And then next month went back a little bit because I uncovered some new limitations, some new blocks, some new resistance, right? And so having that ongoing support helps you to keep up leveling, right? Keep up leveling as you go through those motions so that you can keep taking the jumps, right? And that's what I want for each and every one of you. And look, you know, for those of you that aren't ready for any of that, listen to my podcast, go into the, in here, if you go into topics to mini masterclass, there's lots of trainings in there. So there's lots and lots of free resources too, right? But for those of you who want to expand faster, so excited about those 2 new programs. I'm going to drop some links in here. And of course, I'm still doing one-on-one, but not as much next year, and prices are going up. So there's just a couple of spots left this year at the current prices. And I won't be doing as much one-on-one next year. So really excited for 2021. I hope you're all super pumped because we create our own reality. So dream big. What do you want to create for 2021? I mean, I know there's been a lot of challenges in 2020, but I have had one of the best years of my life. Like, I have made the most changes because I decided I'm creating my reality and I leveled up, right? And so I want that for each and every one of you. If you've got any questions about anything, just PM me. I'm so happy to chat, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye for now.